Well, welcome back, me. This is another chapter, and while no one's listening, as I promised, I said I would go ahead and do the relationship part of my life and standing in my truth and telling it how it is. Okay, now this time I'm not really, really, this time I'm not going to say any names. I'm just going to just initials, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Now, as far as relationships are concerned, there's been some changes, some rearrangements, some ups and downs. Now, as far as my family is concerned, my grandparents, they stay together on both sides. My mom and my father, they are still together. Um, I think that understanding relationships as far as my childhood is concerned, from what I've seen and experienced as far as marriages, we got a whole lot of dedicated women that stayed sometimes with some not so good people. And that's just not the people that I've named there, but it's like all over. It's like friends and their relationships and all this other stuff. Um, Trust seems to be a big issue in most, if not all, relationships. I would say that's one of the main building blocks of a relationship is trust and understanding and being able to communicate and to be there for each other and, all kinds of support on all levels. When I was younger, I had already had a feeling about men in general. Like, I understood that, yes, it is a thing that a man can be the sole provider, come home, do what they're supposed to do. Women are supposed to do what they're supposed to do, but that doesn't always work out to be that way. We can wish, we can hope that it can be that way, but most of the time, it should not work out like that because we got background stuff going on, we got external stuff going on, family things going on, everything that can add up to a good or bad relationship, depending on how we really, experienced everything our past. So, I've seen some good relationships in my childhood, and I've seen some not so good ones. Um, I've seen people that have stayed in relationships for way too long than what they needed to. But unfortunately, those are lessons that need to be learned. And sometimes it takes us a while to get them. Sometimes it takes us a while to understand what the lesson is and what we need to do about it. Um, I would have to say that my perception of men early on was that, and this is because of the grandparents, is that, men are supposed to be strong and supposed to do this and supposed to do that, and women are supposed to do this and supposed to do that. But as my mom's generation came through, and I would see her sisters and brothers and my dad's sisters and brothers, how they conducted their relationships, that shit was not cookie cutter, and there is no way that everybody is expected to be that way. Like, there is no way. Like, I don't see it. There's just too much going on. There's too many dynamics. There's too much. It's so much. There's no way that everybody is going to have this cookie cutter thing. There's no way. So once you understand that, then it's about, oh, well, what kind of relationship do I want? Now, I would have to say at this moment in time, I didn't have many boyfriends. I didn't have any boyfriends, fucking shit. I was in the house most of the time. Yeah, I had friends, but they were mostly girls. And, if they had a brother, probably, hey, how you doing, But it wasn't nothing crazy or nothing like that. To a certain point. Now, I did have some girlfriends that did have brothers that did, you know how children do. But there wasn't nothing serious. Like, oh, that's my boyfriend. No. This didn't, me dating and really being like, ooh, I'm interested in this person or that person, didn't happen until, like, after 10th grade. Yeah, you have little crushes, but I'm like, I am really interested in you. Like, really, 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 really. Like, and you really have some meaning behind it. You know what I mean? But, me being a big person, I never really, nah. And I always felt that a man should really be the one that comes for the lady. Like, fuck that other stuff. Like, I'm going to say this, and I hope that it's understood. If I, as a female, living in my femininity, if I am on my throne, and if I see you as a male living in your masculinity, but for some fucking reason, if I got to get off my throne to come to you and chase you and run you down and show you how much I love you more better than this person and that person, you are going to be the bitch the whole relationship. That's just what it is for me. I can be very domineering when the moment hits me. I definitely can. But I know how to back the hell up and let a man do his work when he needs to do it and when he's doing it well. I can definitely back up and do that. I would have to say that the relationships that I have been in through, especially here nowadays, oh my God, y'all. Okay. So, the fella that I have children by and is now currently separated from, but still married to, he was like the first serious person that I was like, oh, okay, something's going on here. He's doing a little bit more than the casuals of the past before him. And I thought this was something that was going to work. But I do remember mentioning to him at some point that I would really just have children, and that is all. I do not care to get married. And if it weren't for me getting told that he's going to be put on child support, which for that situation, I do understand why there are some reasons for child support. For that person, that reason, and for that circumstance, no, that wasn't warranted. So it was either put him on child support or get married. So we got married. Everything was okay as far as I was concerned, but that was because I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on. Things were okay, but I did notice red flags of jealousy and not being able to fully understand privacy, and that you don't need to be all up in my business 24 hours a day. I don't need you under me 24 hours a day. I just don't, but other people felt other ways. And then came the stealing, or the manipulation. I would say that's a better term. The manipulation, because I thought that I was getting a man that could take care of something, but unfortunately he's not very skilled at much. But that was something I was willing to cast aside until it just got very unbearable, until I felt that I couldn't do it. So I asked for separation. It was a lot of stuff, like reading diaries, and then it just made it really hard to love him. For me, it just made it really hard. And then with the extra manipulation, it didn't make it any better. So I had decided to call it quits. Now, within about 2 weeks of me calling it quits, I put out a Facebook video. I forgot what. It's not about relationships, something. And then this other fellow, he starts to message me, and he's a producer. And at the time, that was when I was trying to really figure out what I want to do with Love No Limit, and how I wanted to proceed, whether I wanted to do audiobook or something. I want something. So it was like, well, I can help you with all this stuff, and I'm kind of interested. So I was like, okay, let me see what we can do. It was okay. Now this time, because right now at this moment, I'm still married, but I was in the process of being separated from. But this means that I'm still living with. But at the time, we were living with my mom. Okay? That happened one too many times. And I could say that us both financially was absolutely horrible. No, that was definitely a big reason why. Just horrible money, both of us. So now I'm kind of at a crossroads because emotionally, I've already walked away about 2 years ago. Emotionally, like, during those 2 years until I said, okay, I'm really ready for separation, it's like it was just going with the flow. We weren't even sleeping in the same bedroom at that time. So, it was more like, no. But this person that came up behind him was somebody that I really thought that was going to be a part of the team, be a part of what I had going on, and was going to be something serious and positive. But then some issues got in the way. Now, I would say that our ego was really big at the time, and it was about, as far as he's concerned, from my point of view, was about impressing family and friends. It was about showing off who you could be, whether it was positive or negative. But when it came to me, it was always negative. Like, oh, I'm going to have you to sit in the car for about 30 minutes while I talk to my cousins about absolutely fucking nothing. Or saying that one minute, oh, that you're interested, but then the next minute, oh, you're scared. So now I put it to, I don't need no scared man anywhere around me, anywhere in this business right now. I don't need a scared man. I got enough going on for me to be frightened enough. I don't need the other counterpart to be just as scared. And I'm talking about in relationships, business, anything. I'm trying to get over that. I don't need two people trying to do that. And that's what I kept getting. And it was certain things like, the texting thing. You'll take an extremely long amount of time to text back, but we can post shit on Facebook. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to calm down about that one. And it was me really understanding that, bitch, you can do better. And then, my goodness, my divine masculine showed the hell up. Y'all. It was like I ordered that man. I can honestly tell you, it was like I ordered him. It was like boop, 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 boop. Like, oh, God. To me, he is still beautiful. Like, he is still a beautiful man. Man, like, we went through the same things. Like, we understood each other. Like, it was so many similarities. Y'all was beautiful. But unfortunately, at this time, I was not in a trusting state. I didn't know where things was going. I didn't really understand it. And I was still trying to work with him, but not really. Totally cut him off like a year. I was like, oh, fuck that. I deserve better than that. But then we got together. It felt so good. It felt so great. But I don't know. It was like we fell apart. Like, one thing I would definitely say is that this one, this divine masculine, is now, at this moment in time, very body conscious. And he's working on to being a bodybuilder. And I want to exercise, but what the fuck ever. I'm not killing over. I'm good. If you can hit up the gym, please believe and stick with you. But that's not wasn't my passion at the time. I want to say that. It's not my passion. So he was into that. I wasn't. I wanted to be. I tried to get into it, but I felt that eventually I wasn't really doing it for me. I was just doing it to make somebody else be okay with what they were doing themselves. But, like, what the fuck ever. I don't want to do that every day. I'm not, no, that's not how to get me to do that. No, that's not. I know that's not how you get me to do that. So, I would say things kind of fell apart on that. Um, and work, child issues, that definitely took away from a lot of things. So I kind of fell back from that because I felt more passionate about him because I knew he was somebody really important. I didn't know how to take that because I wanted to be perfect, but nobody's perfect. But then you still kind of try to do whatever, but that can only last for so long until the real person comes out. And you're like, fuck it. Like, and then, things don't go your way or doesn't happen as fast as you want it to. And it kind of turns you off to everything. So it's like, I gotta pull back because I don't want to be busting out nobody's windows because that's not me. That's not how we do things here. We don't want to get to that point. So I packed up. Yeah, at that time I can definitely say that was my little whole phase. That was my little whole phase. I had some young ones around about 25-ish. One or two in there, about 25 in that area. And man, like one of them, oh man, like he would post a lot, Henny, and I'm like, you talking about me? I got something. So then one day he just messaged me, was like, what's up? I'm like, well, hey sir, how you doing? So then, we got along there a little bit, so tasted that rainbow. It was wonderful, that was beautiful. Then he pulled back. Y'all. So I'm like, hold on, bitch. This is not a moment to act up because you can't act up. You cannot act up. You cannot. You better not act up. And why would you want to anyways? It's just a little fling here, so it's not really nothing big and serious. But then he'll come back in, just leave back out. So I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I said, okay, you want somebody to chase you. You're one of them beta males that want somebody to fucking chase you, and I'm not gonna do that. So you can kiss on my ass with that one. So um, so now it's been like I haven't been really dealing with anybody like that. Because I don't know. Shit. Man, every red flag makes me want to drop everybody. So everything that I'm saying right now just makes me want to not deal with nobody. Because then it's like, well, if you see this, is this really about you feeling this way? Are you living in this? Are you doing that? So then it'll make me draw back because I'm like, oh God, what's happening? So right now I'm listening to my ancestors, I'm listening to folks, not even worrying about a relationship, not even dealing with it. Just trying to get this business going, trying to get this stuff going, trying to get this work going. Because I do kind of believe that if I don't, you know, it just wouldn't be, I wouldn't be as productive, I would say. So right now, just go ahead and take time, go ahead and get this, bang this shit out, get it done, and everything should be good. Um, I do hope to deal with love again. I do hope to. Have that person that is perfect for me, uh, as good as I need them. Uh, all we can do is just hope for the best and hope we can be the best person for the next person. And relationships nowadays are so hard because everybody seems to me, especially nowadays, well, most men that I have interacted with is beta material. Nobody's living in that alpha mentality, especially for a man. We just don't do that anymore. It feels like mostly nowadays that most men want women to chase them, and to me, it's just absolutely unnatural to me. And not if you're supposed to be calling yourself the head of household and the masculine of anything like that. You want a female to chase you, or you want some woman to clobber you over the head just to drag you home, just to make sure that she loves you. You know, she don't love you unless she bashing out your windows or cussing at you or something. Yeah, she doesn't love you if that's not happening, but you gotta get out of that. I hope to speak more about relationships and shit like that. I want my third, while no one's listening, to be about business. What the hell's going on with that shit? And what am I ass planning on doing about getting this shit going? Thank you all so much for listening to me. I love y'all.